Well, when the tornado came through, we had extensive roof damage. That was the first thing we noticed. We called disaster recovery people and they tarped the roof, but they couldn't tarp it all. We still had extensive water damage inside that had to be remediated. So let's go inside and take a look. In our adult classrooms, we had a lot of water damage. We also had some window breakage. And wherever we had windows break, it sprayed glass all over the carpets. And we were told not to track the glass from the carpets because all of the carpets with window damage will have to be replaced. As I said before, the roof was tarped, but the tarps will not keep out all the water. Every time it rains, these classrooms will get water in them. So let's walk down the hall and see what's there. We had a lot of water damage in the classrooms. All of the baseboard had to be taken off. We got fans in all of them, drying it out so that we hopefully have no mold damage. We will be getting a professional team to come in and check for mold before we open these classrooms, just to be sure that everything's okay. And that's why you'll see a lot of the areas blocked off. We really don't need to go in those areas because of the glass breakage and possibilities of other damage that we're not aware of at this time. So we're being cautious in that regard. And while we had minimal damage in the kitchen, we did have a lot of water damage, so we've had to pull everything out from the wall. The fans are going to try to dry everything out. The kitchen will hopefully be back in business as soon as everything gets dried out, and we can assure ourselves that there's no mold damage and no sheetrock damage. And in the commons, we had a lot of water damage. All of our electrical equipment will have to be replaced. All of our musical instruments will be replaced. The floor will have to be refinished. We think we'll be able to retain the existing floor, but it'll obviously have to be refinished. And again, the company that put the tarps on, they put a double tarp on this area to try to protect it as much as possible, but it still had extensive water damage. Now down this hallway, we had extensive glass damage. The tornado pretty well zeroed in on these windows, blew the glass out all over the carpet, blew shards into this wall. The insurance adjuster said, don't touch the walls. There's glass in them. That'll have to be replaced. All of this carpeting will have to be replaced. That's one reason that we have these areas blocked off. It blew glass all over this carpet. We shouldn't be walking in here because the insurance adjuster said that there's glass. The carpet will have to be replaced. So anywhere you see blocked off in the building, please don't walk in that area because it will track glass into other areas of the building. Out here in the courtyard, we had a lot of wind damage. We had glass breakage over here, obviously the roof damage. And over on the children's building, the shingles that blew around, we think penetrated some of the steel panels behind me. Obviously a lot of glass damage in the children's building that'll have to be taken care of. And because of that glass damage, we won't be able to use several of the children's building classrooms until the carpet's replaced and the glass is taken care of. And here in the children's building, I think this wall took the brunt of the storm. We had most of our glass breakage was up here, blew out all over the carpet. It'll all have to be replaced. We had water damage. Several of the children's classrooms are unusable until we can get it taken care of. And in the sanctuary, we didn't have much water damage. We had no glass breakage to speak of. We had some drips come on the pews. There may be some water damage on the ceiling. That'll have to be inspected. And there could come a Sunday morning when you're sitting here, if the rain starts, you might get dripped on and have to move, but we'll just have to deal with that. Hopefully it can be taken care of without a lot of expense. We don't know how long the classroom part of the building will be out. Contractors have been in looking at it, but we'll keep you updated as that process moves along and try to let you know when things are going to get back to normal.